This is Nathan Schwam here. This started back in 2001. It was a decent job. I worked at Wendy's way back in the day in Champaign-Urbana, Illinois. And the general manager warned me that the place is busy and there's always customers there around the clock. As the management changed, it just got worse. Originally it was alright. Ricky did a good job managing the store back in the day, and so did Debbie. Duckhead Gamboa came into the picture. And for Duckhead Gamboa, he treated us like dirt the entire time. And basically, we were pretty much under his shoes for our job. He freaked out over the littlest things, such as the exact amount to put the... So his response to the job is firing Ricky and firing Debbie and having 2 new people to take places of the managers there. My bud Robert had to be ditched as well because he had people around the clock spying on the job just to observe, look, and critique what's going on the job behind his back because he was paranoid of other people, what people think of him, and what people do on the job. Ditched him without any evidence. Same thing with my friend Priscilla. She was a cool lady, awesome to work with, and he fired her on the spot for stealing when she never stole squat. I was there for witness and she didn't steal anything, but impulsively he fired people left and right. My bud Annette, she got fired as well by, of course, olive oil. And smile or you're going to be fired! And that's what she looked like too, with these funky looking braces. She was about this yay big, so of course her name is Olive Oil. And that was the joke that we had throughout the whole job because all of us co-workers couldn't stand her. We couldn't stand Gamboa the most, particularly the name Duckhead Gamboa came from him himself. He was snapping one day at Skipper. No, not the guy that hung out with Gilligan. Every time he comes in, Skipper yells out, "Hey, it's Duckhead!" I'm like, it's just a job. So of course Skipper always called him Duckhead. And pretty much always was rambling on and on. Never had any sleep, always completely incoherent and rude. And said racist things in front of people from different backgrounds, and yet never got fired. And yet I had 2 friends that got fired over little things that they had no fault and no problem with, and yet a guy that has racism got fired. What's up with that? Only had 1 raise the whole time. I worked at Wendy's for 3 years. First 2 years was alright, then the last year, basically the management became... I'm going to show you what happened to Wendy's ever since I left. It is only a parking lot here now at Wendy's. This is what the whole Wendy's location looks like. That's all you see is a parking lot. There you have it. This is where Wendy's is at now. It's basically completely concrete, and the gravel that's remaining of the gravel pretty much shows the history of what happened to the place. What happens is that basically they filed for bankruptcy in 2006 after ripping off the employees and bounce checks constantly going on. The main headquarters in St. Louis basically got unplugged and most of the locations went down the tubes. Now it's just a vacant spot. This is Nathan Schwam reporting about my worst job ever.